3, 2, 1.
My name is Nick. I'm a full-time trader and entrepreneur. We put out tons of stuff for free for traders. These are real trades. This is real money. I'm putting my money on the line. This is going to be a live trading video here, locking in over $1,000 on this trade. Wow, I'd love to get in on this. Technical insights that really look good to me. Here we go. We're live. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another stream. Thank you for being here. We are going to be doing some more technical and fundamental analysis as we usually do here on the stream. Thank you very much for joining me back. Happy to be here with you on a Thursday. So kind of coming into the close of the week and some fun stuff to talk about because the dollar move recently, oh my gosh, it's really following through, and it's really kind of cool to see it play out because you know, if you're one of those people who have been coming to the stream every day for the last several weeks, months, whatever, you know that we've been talking about dollar bullishness over and over again with the Fed marching towards monetary policy tightening. It does look like the dollar play here has come to fruition. We've really seen that move play out, which is awesome to see. I wish every trade was or every idea that I had went so well. But again, we had some consolidation. But in the end, you know, this dollar move is running to the upside. So again, not everything I say comes to life, but it's been cool to watch the dollar do what we were expecting it to do, which was to create a new high of year. Just to show you this, guys, here's the dollar on the daily chart, right? So DXY here on the daily chart, and you can see we've cleared highs. Like, we have definitely formed that new high of the year. And you know, there was a lot of hesitation. We saw a lot of consolidation, but what was this big level of resistance, right? That 94.5 level, which we talked about breaking by the end of the year. Here we are in November. We still had, you know, we have almost 2 months left, and we still were able to break out very convincingly earlier on. So very, very strong dollar day. If you have been a dollar bull like I have been for the last few months, then it's a good day. And I have a position on right now that's going quite well. So we'll take a look at that. I actually have it open in 2 different accounts. So it's going nicely so far. We'll discuss that in a moment. The currency pair is AUDUSD, which is there in the title. So we're going to take a look at the Aussie. We're going to just take a look at some dollar pairs today because the dollar is just moving. So if you're looking at the dollar today and you're saying, okay, well, Nick, I'm not in on this move. What's the idea? What's the next thing? Well, there's a couple things that could happen. Now, like I said, I am already long on the dollar. I'm already in position. So these are not necessarily trades that I'm looking to take right away or anything like that. But, you know, let's say that the dollar does want to pull back. I think that a very natural place, right? We're probably all seeing the same thing. This level, what was that big level of resistance, we would now expect on a retest to possibly act as a level of strong support, right? To continue the rally overall. Again, the dollar here printing new highs. This is the high of year, right? So we can put HOY, the HOY right there, the high of the year, right? Has just been made. So that's the this is a lot of consolidation that we saw, right? A lot of back and forth, but finally we've seen the break, and that candle right there is the biggest green strong candle that we've had on the dollar for months, right? So that was just an awesome thing to see. And now today, a little bit of follow through. So, you know, I'm not gonna just harp on it for too long, but I will harp on it for a little bit because, you know, we've been talking about it for so long. So good morning to everybody in the chat, by the way. Thanks for being here. Shout out to Dawn, Trey, Ayanda, Feisty Tom, Calvier, Bruce, Nod. Thanks for being here, you guys. Happy Thursday to you. Hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at everything else that we can look at with the dollar now. So we talked about the DXY, right? The dollar index, but let's look at some individual currency pairs. And of course, I'll end up showing you one of my current positions on the dollar here today once we get going. So let's start out with EURUSD. So EURUSD here overall, really, really trending to the downside. And what I love about EURUSD is just like the DXY, we've hit some new records for the year. So you can see what was this big area of demand, right? That area for buyers where they were saying, euro dollar's coming up, euro dollar's coming up, right? Euro dollar's coming up. And to their credit, it did hold for quite some time, but the trend overall was to the downside. And we saw that breakout right there. That was the break. And that candle, just like the DXY, is an incredibly one-sided candle. There's hardly any wick at all on either side. It just opened up, sellers came in and just pushed the euro lower compared to the dollar, right? So when we look at this now, we say, okay, well, what's next? Well, for me, as I've been doing, and as you know, this year has been really, really good for my trading based on the dollar. I've been trading mostly the dollar. My dollar, bullish thesis has played out several times over on this Euro USD position. So, although I didn't catch this part, which is the great part, I did catch that on another currency pair, which we're going to take a look at. But the idea here being that for me, I haven't changed my directional bias. I've been bullish on the dollar, so that has me bearish on Euro USD. So for me, very, very simple concept. If this does decide to form a low, if we start to see pullbacks, there may be opportunities to try and pick up Euro USD short at that 38.2% retracement. Again, the dollar for me has been such an easy trade the last several months. And maybe things change. Maybe that dollar bullishness kind of cools off at a point. But the overall idea here is that I'm sticking to what works for me, which right now is looking at shorting some of these currencies against the dollar until further developments in the fundamental side of things. Every trade that I take is based mostly on fundamental analysis, and then I use technicals to actually time my entries and place my exits, right? So when I'm looking at Euro USD, the trade is not here. Like there's nothing for me down here. There's no action down here. All the action would have to be at a pullback point of interest. Maybe that 38.2% retracement comes back into play. Maybe we see a little bit of a little bit of a bounce there after that big sell-off. You get a little bit of a bounce, and then that attracts sellers to possibly roll this thing over and to continue lower. Again, this could last until the end of the year. Oftentimes we get these very, very strong trends. My friend Joe, he was actually put something on his story about how, he noticed that a lot of his best trades tend to be towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year when some of these great trends decide to unfold. So, again, I'll take another look at another currency pair against the dollar here. We'll take a look at pound dollar. And then in just a moment, I'll show you guys my position that I have on the dollar here today. So, pound dollar technically just put in a fresh low of the last several months. I don't believe that's a low of the year, is it? Let's see. January. That actually might be a low of this year. Is that a low of this year? Yes, it actually is. Wow. I didn't even notice that. So this is the beginning of 2021 on a daily chart. So technically, yes, we tagged a low of the year here just a bit ago, actually, which is kind of crazy. So pound dollar also very, very structurally bearish. And that is a yearly low for the pound dollar that we just tagged. So what do you do when things hit a yearly low? Do you just go buy them because it sounds really low? Well, if you've been trading currencies for a while, one thing that is really interesting is that when something forms a low, right? The currency market has a funny way of making plenty of new lows afterwards in many cases. Not in all cases, but in many cases, what ends up happening is that, you get a low and everyone says, ooh, that's the low. I got to buy this thing, right? And they may drive it up a little bit, but then at the end of the day, there's a new low, right? And that's what we've seen. We've seen here's a low, 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 right? The concept being that's how trends form. Trends form from a lot of, counter trend traders trying to get in on this. And then the big trend traders push it again and take their money, right? That happens over and over and over in the currency market. When you get these big trends, it's this big exchange between traders who are fighting the trend and traders who are riding the trend. Let me show you guys something really cool. So I'm going to go over to the website for a second, and let me show you this. So if you go to a1trading.com and you go down to retail sentiment, you guys can look at this anytime you'd like. I'd like to look at it once a day at least, just to get an idea. I want to show you something kind of cool here. So if we look at the the community sentiment, right? The Forex sentiment. What this tool is doing is it's taking data from myfxbook.com, which tracks a lot of performance for traders out there. Now, these are retail traders because this is a site that majority of retail traders use. Hey, I'm a retail trader, so it's nothing wrong with being a retail trader. We all technically are, unless you're working in a big bank or institution. It's fine to be a retail trader. It's not 7 deadly sin to be a retail trader. But what do we know about retail traders on average? They tend to lose money and be on the wrong side of some of the best trades. I want to show you guys two things that stick out to me right off the bat. Retail traders on a majority basis are against the dollar move. And remember, we've been very bullish on the dollar here on the stream. I've been dollar positive like every day, right? And partially, not the only reason, some traders will be like, oh, just do the opposite of the retail trader. It's not that easy, but part of the reason is because look at this sentiment, you guys. EURUSD, 80% of retail traders are buying the EURUSD. What's the EURUSD doing? It's dropping and dropping and dropping. And what are retail traders doing? They're buying and getting their stops hit, and they're buying and taking on big risks and adding to a loser and all those things, right? That's happening right now. I can guarantee you that's so many traders out there right now. Pound dollar, 14% of retail traders are short, whereas 85% of retail traders are long. What that's telling us is that the majority of retail traders are fighting the trend on this dollar move. We'll break that down. Majority of traders, the retail traders, not the big money, not the smart money, the retail traders are shorting this move as it goes up. They're trying to short here, 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 trying to short here. And what are they doing? They're getting blown out of the water. And this is not me like trying to pick on anyone, because if you're short on the dollar, I'm not here to criticize you. What I am just saying is that this is a recurring pattern. This is something that we've seen happen again and again. Here's pound dollar going lower, trending lower. And what is the average trader out there doing? They're trying to buy it. They're trying to say, this is the low. It's got to be the low. It's got to be the low, right? And it's a dangerous, dangerous path to play, because in the end, trends are where the big money is formed, at least in my view and in my opinion, and plenty of other hedge funds who are trend trading experts. They're looking at trends and they're riding it. They're not trying to be, trying to be catching tops and bottoms or anything. They're just trying to, find entry points to ride the trend lower and to continue the flow of traffic, right? That's where a lot of this money is being made, because what's happening right now is that you get traders who are saying, okay, I'm going to buy the dip on GBPUSD. And then there's two cases. Number one, they might just getting stopped out. But in many cases, unfortunately, what we see retail traders doing is they bought here, they bought here, they bought here, and they're adding to that losing position. And in the end, what happens? The account blows up, right? So I'm telling you guys that because that is not just my opinion. Number one, we saw that in the stats. We saw the retail traders are going long on pound dollar heavily, right? Doesn't mean that pound dollar can't go up. It can go up. I'm just saying that we know historically right now that the trend is strong to the downside. Retail traders are buying and buying and buying, right? But the problem is this. They're buying and adding to positions, and then they blow up their accounts. And I know that for a fact because I get messages all the time. And it's not a message I like to get, trust me. I get a lot of DMs per day. I get a lot of like Instagram messages and things like that, right? Of people who are like, Nick, I don't know what I'm doing. I blew my account because I just, chased this move, or I added too many trades, or I over leveraged. I get those messages every day. So I know for a fact when traders are seeing something like this, they are trying to, catch the low, right? And it's very difficult to do. And no matter what you do, even if you were to sell the pound or buy the pound or whatever, doesn't matter what you do. The other issue that so many traders do, and I know this from experiences, my messages, you look at my DMs, right? Consistently too big positions, right? Traders are out there and they're saying, okay, I'm gonna short the pound dollar here, right? But the problem is they sell it here with a huge lot size. Let's say they take like a one lot on a very small account. And then when this price just goes up just a little, they just blow the account, right? It's so frequent. It's so common. It's no wonder that 95% of retail traders just lose money, right? There's no question why. People are over leveraging. They're trying to flip their accounts. They're trying to make money fast. And this game does not reward that at all. People who are trying to make 50, 100, 200% per year are going to blow their accounts. It's almost a certainty. And that's why the brokers make a lot of money. That's why the institutional traders make a lot of money. They rely on people thinking they're going to flip their account to make money. So you guys hopefully came here for the truth. That's what we're going to be doing here. We're talking real Forex every day on the streams. I've got no energy to try and fake this stuff or blow smoke. You guys, if you come here, you're getting my rants every day, and that's hopefully what you're here for. I've been doing this for a while, and I appreciate you guys every day for coming in to the streams. Let's take a look at this Aussie dollar trade that I am currently in. So this is a trade that I am currently short on the Aussie dollar. Yes, this is a real trade. I get the question all the time, how do you log into TradingView to actually trade? Well, it depends your broker. I use a regulated US broker, OANDA, and that allows me to actually sign in here. So down below, can we hide the scrolling text for just a second, Chandler? You can actually see, you can log in down at the bottom off of the platform here. So right there, see that? So you can like open up your trading panel there. So when you open your trading panel, you'll see a list of brokers. If your broker is on there, you can actually log in and trade within a TradingView, which is really convenient. I really like to do that. But anyways, I'm in my position here. I'm currently floating a pretty good profit, and this has just been okay. So remember what we just talked about retail traders longing, things against the dollar. They're shorting the dollar, right? Well, I'm not going to say I play it perfectly because I don't, right? Not every trade I take is a moneymaker or anything like that. But this trade right here is probably the closest thing I'm going to get to perfect when it comes to my entries, because I was able to get right here. You can see I entered on that retest of structure. Price came down and then tagged back up into that area. I called that trade alert out. Let me see if I can show you guys what the trade alert looked like initially, so you can see the initial entry. Okay, yeah. So here was the entry. So Aussie dollar short on the 1 hour chart. That was the initial idea. So I drew my fibs from swing high to swing low. Price had tagged there, and I just said, hey, you know what? I'm willing to take a risk. It was not a massive risk or anything like that. In fact, I think I only risked $100. So being up like 400 or almost, I think we were up at 500 at one point, is a great trade, especially when I've got other things that I'm looking at and other things I'm trading. That's just a nice perk there. So again, not every one of my trades is that good, you guys. Please don't get it twisted. But that was an incredible a lot of momentum to the downside there. So anyways, here was the trade. So you guys have, like I said, if you've been watching the stream, you know I'm dollar bullish, right? So I said inflation numbers today were quite high from the US. This could lead the Fed to continue its aggressive tightening stance on monetary policy and could even pressure them to consider rate hikes sooner than expected. Dollar bullish as of now. So there was the technicals. So the retest on the 50% retracement, the downtrend structure on the 4 hour and daily chart, and that strong DXY pressure overall. So yeah, very, very clean entry. Not all my entries are that good. And if you guys watch my live trading videos, you'll see there are times where I just get into something just like this setup and then pop, it tags me out for a loss. So it's not a magical formula. It's not the perfect entry thing that works every single time. Doesn't exist. Holy grails aren't there. But this was a great example of one that worked out just as I was looking for it to do. So price tagged up into my region here. My zone was tagged. Took the trade, put my stop above structure, and sure enough, rolled right over. And now I've actually been able to trail my stop loss down into profit. So I'm in a really good spot here today, you guys. I wish this was every day of trading. It would make it so easy to be a trader. But so anyways, I shorted it and I was able to trail that stop loss down. But now it's just a waiting game, because part of me is like, okay, I've got $450 sitting on the table. Maybe I just close the trade right now, right? But had I said that earlier, which I thought about it, right? There's always the temptation. There was a temptation to close out for like, $100 there. But the only way I ever capture big trades, you guys, and this is something that maybe someone needs to hear, the only way I ever capture those really great trades, those really account changing trades, is when I have the enough patience in my discipline, right, to let a trade run. If you've ever heard the concept let a winner run, right? It's a very common saying. That's the name of the game when it comes to my trading strategy. There's nothing super fancy. I do fundamental research. I look into what I'm trying to trade. I go with the flow, go with the trends, look for opportunities to pull back, look for pullback opportunities. And then I look to trail stops, and I look to do so using structure. So at this point, I've locked in a pretty good profit on this trade, no matter what. I think I'm at the worst case going to make $320, which is not a bad worst case. I've had worse for sure. So in the end, my goal here with AUDUSD, I'd like to look at the daily chart with you guys. Let's see what the daily chart is looking like. So yeah, this thing, my initial reason, so you can see I've actually been trading the Aussie dollar. There's my orders. So when you log into your broker on TradingView, you get all these little order signals, like you can see wherever you take trades, which is kind of cool. But you can see I've been shorting this thing. Like I've taken 3 sells in the last week or so on AUDUSD. This has been my most closely watched currency pair. And the big reason here was, number one, I'm bullish on the dollar, but number two, we started to see that break of structure here to the downside for AUDUSD. We saw that break of this trend line here. And then I was like, ooh, that's beautiful. That's some strong sell pressure. I expect that to continue. And it did. So I was able to get in on this pullback here, make some money on that way, got in here, made some there, and now in on this one. And gonna probably make some, or I will make some money on this move as well. So great moves there for the AUDUSD. And like I said, please don't get it twisted. I'm not here to flex on you and to show you guys only winners. If you watch my trading videos, you'll see I post plenty of losing trades. I find that just as valuable to post as I do when I talk about winning trades, because you guys, when the camera goes off, right? When you leave the stream and we're all just in our own trading accounts, the reality is we all take losses. We all take break-even trades or trades that just don't go the way we want them to. And there's frustrating moments. So please don't get it twisted. We are celebrating here on the stream. Anybody who is dollar bullish has been making some money on this move. Congrats to you. If you've been a fellow bull, it's a great week for the dollar bulls out there. Let me just read on into what. So Lincoln says, I'm also in the trade. Hey, congrats, Lincoln. I know a lot of people inside of the private Discord caught that same trade. So again, we've just been updating, been trailing stops and sending that out. So, I mean, look at that. That was just such a beautiful drop, just following through. So I was able to really just trail that stop, and it was hard to go wrong with it. So good spot to be in for sure. If you guys are not already in the Discord and you would like to join the Discord, it gives you the ability to see all the trades that I'm taking with full explanations. I'm not down for like blind copy signal services. That's not what we're here for. But if you would like to see the trades that I'm taking, the explanations that go with each one, right? The fundamental analysis, the technical research, right? We are sharing that throughout the week. So you can see my trades, Patrick's trades, and Ryan's trades. These are our 3 analysts. Ryan, for example, he is a 200K FTMO funded trader. You can see every trade he takes within the group. You can see all the trades that I've taken. You guys have seen me live trade on YouTube for a long time. I've also got, my track record posted up on the internet and things like that. So if you are interested in joining this, it's the No BS group to join, and it's worth every penny in my humble opinion. And it is a little bit biased, but this is a community that we've created for traders, and it's been created by traders. We've got contributors from around the world, people in Dubai, Germany, right? People from all over the world work to make this the best place for Forex traders. So if you'd like to join us, join our coaching calls, join and see the trades that are being taken, join our chat room, meet traders from everywhere. And with that said, you guys, the link is down below in the description if you would like to join us. So there's your link drop. So check it out there. There's also that Black Friday sale opportunity going on, which is 40% off of the group. So not only is it the best group out there, but today is probably your best chance to get it for the lowest price of the year. So check it out there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask one of our reps on the site. If you just go to a1trading.com/contact, you can chat with anybody you need to if you have questions or need help with that. Andrew says, I've been a VIP member for almost a year and it has given me more value than anything else I've tried to use to get better at my trading. Andrew, that's awesome. It's one of those things. I will say this. Our group is not going to do all the work for you. But if you're like Andrew and you've been with us for time, and you've been spending time with us every day and putting in the work, it really is the game changer that you may need, right? I learn from it every day. I've met so many great traders within our group and within our network. For example, my friend Ryan, right? Ryan is now in our group. I brag on him all the time for being that 200K funded trader. You're surrounding yourself with traders who are putting in the work. And so if that's something that you're interested in, again, all the info is down below. Nice move on AU. Thank you very much, Ryan. Appreciate you, man. How to join? Link is first description down below. There you can read up on the site if you'd like to join. And if you have any questions, like I said, feel free to hit up our contact page. Someone from our team will help you out. Do you have bots? If you're talking about like MT4 bots, I do run one, which is the Grandmaster EA, which you can check out on the site if you'd like to. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. I think that's everything I've got today. Like I said, there's nothing for me to do here with the dollar trade. It's just to hold on to that position to see how things go from here. And I'll trail my stop if I need to, or I'll take that profit. We'll just see what happens. Yeah. And as you just saw, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the stream today, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We appreciate you guys. We are able to do this thanks to our sponsors, thanks to the YouTube advertising. We've got an entire staff of people here in Atlanta and around the world. And we put out free content, but it costs us money. Being able to do this is a blessing, and you guys supporting the content makes that all possible. So thank you guys very much for being here. Happy Thursday to you. Have a great rest of your trading day. And with that said, we'll see you back tomorrow, same time. What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for making it to the end of today's stream. It really does go way more than you know towards supporting this content and our team here behind the scenes that makes all of this content possible. Before you go, I want to invite you to join our free Telegram and our free Discord, which will both be linked down below in the description. We share trading ideas, we share tips and tricks, broker recommendations, things that may be helpful to you in your trading career. And again, it's completely free. So down below in the description, click those links, join us there, and we'll see you in the next stream.